Hi 3MB, it's Mrs. Brooke here. It's week 3 of the holidays already. I hope you've had a great holiday so far. I know I have. Might not be as nice as weather I want it to be, but hopefully the sun is just around the corner. So, I wanted to talk to you about this week's challenge, about week 3's positivity and motivation. But just before I do that, I want to just remind you that last week you were looking at finding your brave. So looking at all these different activities you could do to make sure you're feeling brave and setting yourself new challenges. Because we said when there are big changes in our lives, we can often find it hard to find our brave. So we get a bit scared about doing something different or not doing things we might have done before because we're nervous about what that might be. But if we challenge ourselves a little bit, we'll find our brave. Some really great videos on here, one about resilience and one about what our different emotions are, because every day we have lots of different emotions, but it's good to know what they are so we can recognise if we need to change them or if they're perfectly fine. If you wake up every day happy and jumping out of bed, that's not a bad way to be, is it? But if we're feeling a bit sad, we just need to think, how can we change that and how can we make ourselves feel better? So I hope you had a great time doing that last week in week 2. So week 3 is all about positivity and motivation. So if we just read the topic, because it says, it's normal for us to have good and bad days. Like I said, sometimes you can jump out of bed and go, oh, I feel amazing. I can't wait to go on a bike ride. I can't wait to bake some cookies. I can't wait to read that book. And sometimes we can wake up thinking, I wish I could see my friends. I'm a bit tired. Oh, Mum, can I just sit here? But what we need to think about is it's totally normal to have both of those days. Sometimes they can be good, sometimes they can be bad, but it's just how we manage them. So this week we're going to look at and think about ways of setting ourselves some individual goals that we can help ourselves get into our new normal and be able to live our lives as best we can. So this is some ideas about goals you might have in school or at home. So I know lots of you will do lots of clubs both in and out of school. So you'd probably do football clubs, you'd do tennis clubs, gymnastics clubs, maybe dancing clubs, be it ballet or street dance or hip hop. You might go to Cubs or Beavers or Brownies, all sorts of different clubs. So we know you do things in school and you do things out of school. What we'd want you to think about is setting some goals for yourself, and they can be in or out of school. It's up to you. It can be what you want to change. It might be learning to bake a cake all on your own, or it could be learning to do a new style of artwork or doing a cartoon on your own. It's totally up to you. But what I want you to think about, there's 3 different boxes at the top of here. This one says, this year I want to improve upon. So for me, I want to improve upon how many times I actually speak to my family members, because during lockdown I've spoken to them lots and lots, but every now and again it might be a bit longer between phone calls. I'm thinking I need to make more of an effort and make sure I speak to everyone. So I want to do that. Plus, I did start a bit of yoga in lockdown and I think I need to get back into it because it's so relaxing. You sit down and you just do some different moves, but it's really calming. I can't recommend it enough. Obviously Cosmic Kids Yoga, that's also really good. So what do you want to improve upon? That's me, things outside of school. But you could think about things, you might say you want to improve upon how you structure your maths, what strategies you use, what kind of creative stories you write. Or it might be, I want to improve which book type I'm reading. Is it more big chapter books or is it still more pictures? It's totally up to you. You decide what your new challenge is going to be. The second one is a new thing I would like to try. Well, for me, I'm not very good at riding a bike, and I bet lots of you are much better than me. So I think I'd really like to start learning to go on more bike rides with my family, because my children are really good and my husband's pretty good too. So I think I need to get myself a bit more back out on a bike, and so we can all do it together, because that's such great time to spend with my family. I'm sure you could do it too. So that's the box there, is about a new thing you want to try. And it might be you've gone to gymnastics, but you think, actually I want to try street dance, or I want to do something different. So it's things where you might want to challenge yourself. The last one here, it says a personal target I want to set myself. I've actually written 2. So the first one is to do more running, because I used to do quite a bit of running and I got out of the habit. So it's getting myself motivated to get out there and put one foot in front of the other and have some good music on and have a bit of a jog. And the second one, I really loved getting more posts when we've been at home. So I want to send more postcards to people, because sometimes just that little message can just put a massive smile on somebody's face, and I love myself getting postcards. So that's one of my other challenges. I want to set myself a target of sending more postcards every week. So those are mine. Like I said, lots of those are outside of school, aren't they? I could say I could try and get more organised and get more lessons prepared, but I do that anyway. So I want you to think about these little challenges you can set yourself to keep yourself motivated, especially when we're at home a bit more, even over these summer holidays, but things we can also do next year. So you might set yourself targets for handwriting, for English, for learning more about science, of reading more science books. It's totally up to you. So have a go, and I can't wait to see all your answers when we get back. It's your choice, so you motivate what's going to make you motivated. Take care, Year 3. I'll be back in a minute.